I'm Morey White.
I'm Bob Nelson.
I'm Tracey White.
I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie, and this is, yes, again, the Compass Conversation podcast.
We're back, baby! We're back.
We will follow you. You have the name above every name. We will follow you, King Jesus.
Here's the dead cat.
We
We're
deal
back
with dead
again.
cats
We're
in the
back
dark.
again?
Yeah.
This is... What are we going to name it?
Behold the dead cat.
Behold.
Oh, your water bottle's away.
Hello,
Hello, dead cat.
In the way. The mic is here instead of out of the frame above us.
Getting ready for something special, different.
Something different. We are trying to make our setup just a little more compact and easy to take other places.
Take on the road.
Yeah.
And
On the traveling,
the switcher is here.
we
Which
call
is-
him Tracy. The switcher.
Well, he's the only one that can count to 4.
No, I can't. I can only count to 3, and we only have 3 cameras.
that's right.
1, 2, 3.
See, that's why you're doing it. So,
Totally feeling the Monty Python thing right now.
I know.
Yes.
And then count to 73.
You shall not count to 4.
You're not comfortable.
Shall not count to 2, except on the way to 3.
Oh, no. Well, all right, guys, let's go ahead and start this thing.
Let's do.
Since we've already tried to catch up for the past 30 minutes.
We have. We've been sitting here talking for a while.
But Johnny did something. Yes, we've been talking. There were some stories shared. As guys, we do sit around and talk. But the most interesting thing about that was the little thing that Johnny did in his story. And we'll just call it Tinkerbell.
He totally Tinkerbell.
What does Tinkerbell look like again?
Whoa, you guys are weirding me out. This Tinkerbell, I'm not going to do that.
Oh, come on.
I'm not going to do it. All right. Just
And no coffee spilled.
No coffee spilled this
It's already
time.
spilled.
Oh, goodness.
I spilled it pre-show.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird. I got stuck on the little thing. That's what always.
Well, this
all
is,
right.
it's not really a tablecloth. It's actually a huge piece of cloth that's just folded a couple of times.
Was meant to kind of be in the background over here.
Giving away their secrets. It's all right. Tracy, how are you doing, man?
I am well.
Tinkerbell.
Oh, he counted to 2.
I counted to 2.
Did the tea can.
Work is work. There's a lot of it. We're doing, even in this, the current COVID environment, we're doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it looks like, we're going to be working projects for a while. So I feel really good about that.
Awesome. And you were sick for a bit. That's part of one of the reasons we didn't.
That was coming off the drill weekend. So not this, like yesterday and the day before, but the previous weekend was Air Force Reserve weekend, which was a great weekend. But I came home with allergies, and then on Monday night it was worse, and I thought maybe I was sick, even though there was never a fever. So I think it was I think it was just allergies. And
You needed some
that
rest.
combined, needed some rest. Combined with all the smoke that was in here,
Yeah.
it was
last weekend.
really feeling run down. So thanks for the break.
Of course. It was a nice break, actually,
Yeah.
in many ways.
Yeah.
Mr. Bob, how are you doing, sir?
Well,
You've had a lot going on.
Yeah.
Since last we
So-
saw you.
but my wife was in an accident, but she's doing way better right now. And, she tried sleeping in the bed tonight. She's been sleeping on the recliner for a couple of weeks
was
because of
wondering
broken
about
ribs
that.
and stuff. And so she's she tried sleeping on the bed. That did not work as well as she was hoping. And it was really funny. She's like, the bed just did not give me support. I'm like, I was supporting you.
I'm here for you.
Hold you.
But yeah, it's nice because I've been able to start running again despite the smoke, which is part of the reason why I'm a little raspy today because I went and tore up the trail big time today. So,
10K?
Nice.
no, just a 5K, but I like
Yeah, just a 5K.
Just a
I had some makeup to do. I did 50K.
I zinged it. hit was just over 8-minute miles. So
Wow.
That's fantastic,
Yeah.
though, dude. That is some
pretty
great
happy.
running.
Nice.
pretty happy with that.
Especially knowing what you're running in,
Yes.
which you posted, which is not tennis shoes.
It is not tennis shoes.
It's
So I answered the question,
Jesus sandals.
WWJRI, what would Jesus run in? Almost got you to spurt.
oh, and then right on board.
Oh man.
Did you run in sandals?
I run in sandals, yeah. I run in just these minimalist sandals that I picked up. They're a local company called Zero Shoes.
Huh?
They're not a sponsor, but if you'd like to get sponsored,
Right, Bob.
Nice.
contact.
Nice.
Bob Nelson at. Get you an email on Compass Denver.
Anyway, so yeah, it's a. So we're with that they're just a pair of sandals that we picked them up for less than $30 from the they're Huarache style, so it's just like a string over the top of the arch, 2 strings over the top of the arch, yeah. So
Wow.
yeah. And then
amazing.
I usually run the last about quarter mile totally barefoot.
Wow. That I could do. Probably a lot easier than running in sandals.
The sandals take out the rock problem.
Yeah, well,
So, they smooth the ride.
yeah.
There was I read something about Incas or was it Mayans? One of them that ran that way. They had some kind of minimalistic sandal that they ran in. The ones that would run, 20 miles. Messengers.
There's a tribe in this place called. Oh, I just heard the name today. It's this canyon area in Mexico, up in kind of northern Mexico, and it was this group of native Mexicans that were just ran away from the conquistadors, and they hid, and it worked really well. They basically grew up, in their little environment, and but yeah, they do. These days they use they cut up like tires.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, so I got a book to plug on that one if you want.
What's the book?
Born to Run by a guy named McDougal.
Born to
McDougal.
Run. Yeah, don't leave us
Yeah.
hanging. The bigger question, though, is would Jesus have run?
We know his disciples did.
His disciples ran.
Yes.
We know they
ran
did.
back after
Raced
he-
each other and then dissed each other who was
the
fastest.
road to Emmaus, which was 7 miles, which is about a 11K.
And who was faster, Peter or John, at the resurrection? Well,
Also true. John got there first.
made sure to mention that, didn't he? Well, all right. Anyhow.
Jesus won that race.
Hey!
Ooh, yes.
Oh, man.
Nice.
All right. Morey, how are you doing, man?
Well, Bob did his 5K. I did my 5 steps. So
Got your steps out of the way?
I got my steps out of the way today. Like Tracy, work has been work. Last week, I did not come here because my daughter had just had a baby.
Oh, baby.
And so
Grayson.
that was the first opportunity I had to go see Grayson at the hospital so that Julie could come home and use our shower
Yes, yes. And what a
and
cute
change
little
clothes. So I got to go sit with Tay and Grayson last week. So
baby. If you want to see Grayson,
I love
Come
you
to
guys.
church. He's
I
on
love
the
you
video.
guys, but
That's right.
right, you
I
pulled
did.
the
I picked
camera
the
up.
camera up.
I love you guys. But I had to go see Grayson. So,
yes.
Yeah, hey, that makes sense.
Granddad dude's rule.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I wore my Papa shirt because they call me Papa. It's kind of family thing,
Yep.
and it says the man, the myth, the legend, or something like that. Or no, the man, the myth, the bad influence. And then it shows a little baby's hand and a man's hand. And a
Nice.
bump of fist. Yeah,
That's
awesome.
I like that.
Tay got that for me.
Wait, but the bit of excitement that happened Saturday.
All right, you had some fun Saturday night
Almost got a new bike.
around midnight.
Yeah, some guy
Motorcycle.
He's decided to try to run through my my fence. The fence actually stopped him though, which it did its job.
There's
But then he
damage.
decided to run. So, but I'm glad to report he's okay.
That's good.
And the fence is a thing.
Fence.
It's a fence.
We'll get fixed.
What about you, Johnny?
Doing good.
You got him right before you quit.
How about now?
But wait, there's more.
Now.
It's gonna make Sundays last really long. Just keep doing that every time I get ready.
Wait, did you want to take a drink first, or
No, I'm good. Doing good, man. Been busy, obviously, as always. But yeah. So what we get to do is celebrate my lovely wife's birthday on Sunday,
Yep. Happy birthday, Leona.
Happy birthday.
Well, we told her that on Sunday.
and she looks fantastical.
Well, I mean, she's only
we just
what,
mentioned that a while
30?
ago.
Mm-hmm. She was
just
only
finally made it to
when I met her, she was only 12. No, I'm just kidding. And then we got married and she turned 18. I was 40. And no, just kidding. It just looks that way. You look at the pictures, it looks that way. Oh, I'm just kidding, of course. But no, yeah. So great day. So we ended up going after church to Outback.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, that was fantastic. And here's the thing: I've been trying to lose this 20 pounds. Right, I keep talking about this 20 pounds.
But then you go to places like Outback.
What's Outback? It's great steak, but it's success. I mean, cut portions great, but then it's her birthday, so they had a cheesecake thing for free for her.
Of course.
But I said, no, let's get this to go. Because we're going home to eat ice cream and cake. And so then this morning, so I'm working at job 2, and Leona has thrown together. She's so sweet because she will put together a lunch for me. It's just like I feel like I'm a little boy, and she's like,
Nice.
"I'm gonna bake your lunch for you to go to school, right?"
It's awesome.
But she threw a couple of cookies in there.
Oh.
All right. So then when I get to the school, Chris, what's up, Chris? I'm pretty sure you're watching.
Chris.
Hi, Chris.
She made these. They're like these brownie shortbread chocolate chip cookie brownie things,
Yum.
Wow.
and
Pure
she brought
evilness.
them. I know, and I'm like, dude, what am I? What? And so when I go to lunch, so she's offering me those. I've got cookies in my lunch, and I'm sitting down in front of Leona, and she goes, "Oh, do you want the other half of that cheesecake?"
Oh.
Get thee behind me, all of you!
He's like, get thee behind me, but after the cake.
So yeah,
The reason why I run is so I can eat that stuff.
oh, there you go. But I did eat. I ate the stuff that Chris brought.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any cheesecake,
Oh, good for you.
and I didn't eat the cookies.
Wow.
It doesn't look like it, but it will if I keep this up.
Yeah.
I'm just trying anyway, but I'm doing good.
It's a struggle. Well, that's good.
All right. So we had a little catching up to do, even after our catching
Oh
up.
my goodness.
Yes.
We did.
We're pretty far into our.
We are.
deal
We're
already,
actually
aren't we?
like 19 minutes.
Something amazing happened though
Yeah.
on Sunday.
Yeah.
We got past 7.
Yeah.
What?
We're on question number 8.
Well, we did.
I'm like,
What are you talking about? Yeah, 2 big things. Yeah, Bobby, you were noticing the
The white boy.
T2000,
the new
whatever I was calling it.
the new and improved
Whiteboard.
Yes.
Yeah, it wasn't as improved as I was hoping on Sunday.
Did you notice him
Because of the wind?
almost falling as he was talking about fools?
Oh, well, see, like Melissa was saying that it was funny that right when I was quoting the proverb that a proverb in the mouth of a fool is like lame, dangling legs or whatever,
Yeah.
is right when Leona fell out of her chair. And her legs were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And so something was, I wasn't sure what was happening over there, but that was right at that moment.
Well, there was another scripture that you were reading that had to do with the wind. And
Yes.
at that very moment,
The wind almost took the canopy off down the road.
With the word.
Special effects,
Special
provided
effects.
by the Lord today.
that's exactly right.
I love that.
nice, yeah.
But in the middle of the song, right, the new song that we
Yes.
Great
Amazing
job,
song.
by the way.
Great job to you, Johnny.
Great job to you, my
Very
friend.
quite.
Especially with the amount of prep you had for that. Love that song. We're actually going to do that with
The
everybody.
full. Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great.
I
But
did Sunday go look at acoustic basses. I just got to say. Yeah.
well, good. I'm glad to hear that. But yeah, at the beginning of that song, that's when our little T2000, whatever we got,
Yeah.
it went
Yeah.
blown away.
Yep.
It's like, what do you do? Yeah, just keep
Let it
playing.
go.
Just keep singing.
Let it go.
That was a fun moment, though.
Yeah, it was. It was great.
I'm just surprised we were able to continue that.
It was right next to the the tent leg there, hanging on to it,
For
just
you-
in case.
Is that maybe the only reason it stayed? In
Yeah.
That was weird the way the wind kind of came up a
Yeah.
couple of times.
It
But then it was
breezes through there
gone
from
afterwards.
Yeah, it does that from time to time, though.
It's Colorado.
Yeah, we do live in Colorado.
Had visitor on Sunday too. That was
Yes.
That
cool.
was amazing.
What I liked about that particular visitor is the fact that it brings our small world together, and that
Yes.
that Kathy knows this
Knew
guy,
the
but, you know, and
he had just seen the sign and
Yeah.
decided to come join us.
yeah, which was great.
It's a small world.
It
after
is
all.
a small world after all.
Yes,
Let's
it
not do that. Well,
That's how
I've
you-
been on that ride.
Yeah,
I
Kathy's
know.
dad and him had worked together,
Yeah, that's
and,
very cool.
so that was kind of neat.
Well, I don't know if we'll see him again, but he was
I
very
hope
nice,
so,
and he
yeah.
seemed to really enjoy
Yeah.
being there, and he was laughing a lot. I noticed, but that's usually a positive sign.
It was a
As long as it's not accompanied by pointing, then
Yeah.
everything's. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh man. Well, what about yesterday? I mean,
Question 8.
it is interesting. We did wrap up question 7. It's all about worship, and so the past
Yeah.
few weeks there were actually a couple of things we probably could have talked about from the last few weeks, but that was 2 weeks ago. Man.
Yeah.
I don't even know what I said. I'm just kidding. I do know what I said, but we did talk about that. But yesterday we talked about the question. Let's see if anybody can say it properly.
How you dealing with your trouble? How are you getting in trouble? Are you in trouble again?
Big trouble.
Man, right as I
Big
did
trouble
Big
in
trouble in
Little
Little China.
Ooh,
Watch
big
out.
trouble. I wish I'd thought of that.
I
Son.
kept thinking about
Here
it.
comes trouble.
Here comes trouble.
Oh, my
got
issue.
trouble.
Trouble with tribbles.
Trouble with trouble.
Trouble with troubles. But Bob knows the exact wording, so
If I
you still
recall, how am I handling my trouble?
how
Very
am
close.
I handling
Oh,
my
so
trouble?
close.
Oh, so close. Oh.
Wait,
How
Yeah, I
am I
know.
responding?
How am I responding? There?
how am I responding to?
Oh, because
Troubles.
Oh, because
trouble.
I see. You had to make it sound. I see. No.
What? What are you talking about, Morey? Anyway.
Well, he didn't say. What was the word?
Adversity.
Yes.
Adversity. Yeah.
Wow.
Handling my adversity.
Adversity. Well, it's like
Yes.
I'll tell you later.
What do you mean? It's not only us, the podcast, man. We're
James
live,
Hetfield
man.
from Metallica does a at the end too. Everything you say. So it's like a
Everything's
southern
fun
preacher
and game
and
until somebody loses an eye.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Phil.
Oh, you said losses and I. That made me think there is one moment I have to address because I was watching the replay, right?
Uh-huh.
And I was talking about Job for a minute.
And you said
you said
And I
job.
said Job at the very last.
Yes,
I
you
heard
did.
you.
I don't know what happened there, man. I said Job.
I remember that.
Notice that.
The Book of Jobs.
But moving on. How to get a job.
Job. Anyway, I just want to point out I do know it's Job.
Yes.
I actually said it correctly the first 2
You
times,
did.
and then I
Plenty
said
of
Job at the
times.
end.
Job.
I think
We
it's
all
more
knew.
appropriate to call it
Job.
job because that's our number one problem of suffering.
So basically, it could have been how you dealing with your job.
Job. Let's talk about jobs.
Oh.
Well, anyway.
What I liked about the question
Yes.
is that it points out the fact that as Christians, we're not immune to trouble.
Right.
Just because you put your faith in God, you give your life to God, you're not. That doesn't mean your life from there on is perfect, and you're not going to have adversity,
Adversity. No adversity.
trials,
Adversity.
trouble. You know.
Speaking of job, I lost my job 4 weeks after I became a Christian. So
Oh, well. See, you lost your adversity.
yeah, gained a lot more.
Gained a lot.
Right. But yeah, so the point being that that we're not immune to that.
Right, yeah.
But our belief system, you know, our faith, and how we deal with those troubles, that's kind of what sets apart, hopefully,
That's exactly.
you know, people of faith from those without.
Yeah.
So,
Well, because the scriptures make it clear. You know, it rains
Just
on
and
the
unjust.
just and unjust, rich and poor.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody.
yeah.
Well, we're going to talk more about that too, about troubles, right? So we haven't ended this thing. There's a lot more to talk about. I mean, because sometimes trouble is trouble that we have brought upon ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's trouble
Often.
that's
Lots.
just simply the result of sin
Yeah.
in our life. So that's kind of the same thing. But there's also just the trouble, like I was mentioning Sunday, that's just because we live on this planet. And it is, we live in a fallen, broken, sin-ravaged world. And so we're going to have trouble.
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that Jesus actually told us we would, so why would we expect anything else?
Right?
Right? So, yeah.
It's true.
You know, and they're the unavoidable troubles, you know, just life in general, the cycle of life. We live, we grow, we die, right? It's all going to happen. And a lot of people, you know, they're questioning, you know, why does this stuff have to happen? You know, why do we have to deal with death? You know,
Yes.
well, we deal with physical death, obviously, but spiritual death looks very much different than physical death, and what we believe in kind of helps us continue our life even after the physical
Yes.
death. So
And that gives us hope, too, you know.
that's a little off.
But-
I took the.
That's all right. No, but that's right.
Right.
It is right. I thought it was interesting that we're to rejoice and be happy about having these troubles. Because
Count it all joy. And
that's right. Because
various trials that you face.
that's right. It builds endurance.
Yes.
And you know, I can attest to some of that.
Yeah, you can.
No, life does some pretty difficult things, but with the endurance and the other tools, I mean, because you know, God didn't just say,
Just
"Here,
endure.
you're on earth, go."
Yeah, right.
You know, He gave us a book.
Right,
It's amazing, and His Son,
Right.
because John 3:16 says.
There it is, friends. Let's hear it.
Yes, brother.
Well, no, I was going down that road, but then it always comes back to that. God loved the world enough that He gave His only Son. If you believe in Him, you can have eternal life with Him. And that is a promise. Okay, now back to where we were talking about. That is part of the tools that we have as we go through those troubles. How to, sometimes you can turn those troubles in, because God will work all things for the good, and you can turn those into great situations. And I remember, you know, being younger, and let's just say you're a kid, you spill your milk. You know, that's a tragedy, you know, at that time. And then, you know, your girlfriend breaks up with you in high school, and that's just, that is the end of the world. And, you know, but you handle things as you get older differently. So those troubles, all along the way from spilling your milk, have grown you and given you the endurance to run this race.
The beautiful.
Oh, that was and that's actually James.
Yep, James.
Chapter 1, 2 through 4. Consider it a great joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you experience various trials, because you know that the testing of your faith produces endurance. And let endurance have its full effect, so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing.
There you go. And the beautiful promise that we have, and I can't remember if I got to this on Sunday, is that God has promised those who are His followers that yes, the troubles are coming, but the best part of the promise is that He says, I will be with you.
Yes.
Yes.
I will be with you. And that's part of the endurance as well. It's beginning to get a broader perspective on your life as well.
We never have to do it alone, which is huge. And one of the common refrains throughout the entire Bible is that I will never leave you and I'll never forsake you.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to that. That was where I was going next.
Spoiler alert.
Footsteps.
We will talk more about that too. But yeah, absolutely, Bob. That's exactly right. And that's the great thing. I mean, and that is the difference too. You know, you were talking about earlier, you know, what's the difference? Follower of Jesus. And okay, well, if we all have trouble, what is the difference? Well, the difference is we have someone with us through those. He takes our hands through the valley of the shadow of death. Or, you know, all of those kinds of dark times.
Because
How comforting is that?
John 16:33, you will have suffering in this world.
So just make it
He
clear.
just didn't pull any punches.
Yeah,
He did. That's the red letter there. I mean, it's not red on
That's
my
why
app here, but that's
I never
Jesus said it.
understand it when I hear it. I think I may be called out in a general way. Any preacher or pastor or teacher out there who makes it sound like all your troubles are over, you'll be healthy, you'll be wealthy and wise if you have enough faith and if you believe.
Yeah.
But that's really not. That's not the teaching there.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it puts so much of a burden on that person. If you have enough faith, obviously, if something bad's happened to me, I am really screwing something up with my
that's the-
relationship with
Yeah.
God.
Oh, I'm so bad at this.
It's the story of Job, which I didn't go deeply into.
Which is awesome.
And all of his friends gathering around telling him that very thing, right?
Yeah.
You don't have enough faith. You need to confess whatever sin you did.
I got that one here too. You want to hear that one?
Well, I used to say, curse God and die. His wife.
Yeah, his wife says.
Go to the right source.
This was the one that stuck out to me right here. His wife said to him, "Ooh, are you still holding on to your integrity?" I'm like, what?
What a beauty.
Of course you're holding on to your integrity. Oh my goodness. That
all
one
you got left.
That one always gets
What
me.
about
Are you
you?
holding on? Curse God and die, she says.
You know, it is one of those things you got to put it in that context. She has had the exact same suffering that he's had,
Yes.
except for the boils.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
she's lost her home. She's
Yep.
lost all of the things
family,
that
the
provide
stuff,
the wealth. She's lost
kids.
every child.
Yes.
The only thing she's got left is Job, who is covered in boils.
Yes.
Exactly
She
right.
doesn't even want to hug him at this point.
Again, I give her a bit of a pass. She's in mourning and horror.
And most people would respond exactly that way. You know, just let me die.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Jonah did.
And then later,
Here's the
talking
deal.
about Behemoth and Leviathan. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
So
Well, the other
his
is awesome.
response to her was, should we accept only good from God and not adversity? And that's that just because, we're our faith in God and our belief in God and following God, that doesn't make us immune to
well,
adversity.
well, you see it over and over in Psalms. Where
Yeah.
David is saying, that all of these bad things are happening. Why are you letting this happen to me? Then I realize you're with me, and you are the creator of all of this. And
Yeah.
Well, one of the toughest things as you grow as a follower of Jesus is that you begin to realize that there is nothing greater, more valuable, or precious than our relationship with Him, even more than life itself here on this earth. And so that you have, the line, "Though He slay me, yet will I serve Him." That's a crazy line.
Yeah, it is.
But that is somebody who actually understands the deepest foundational truth. But here's the thing about Job that we didn't even talk about, is that there's a story before it's sort of like it's like a play, right? Because you get kind of a window into a scene in heaven, as people are reporting. And I love that Satan has to come and kind of report to God in that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm here to tell him. But anyway, the point is,
How'd that go?
have you observed my servant Job? And the question that we have to ask ourselves is could God brag about you? He only serves you because of how great you've made it for him. He's rich. He's got all this stuff. You take all that away from him, and he'll hate you.
Yeah.
Have you seen my servant Job? It's one of those things that that's pretty deep, higher level stuff.
Yeah.
But it's still true. And I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. But what a thing to think. Could God trust me that even though everything fell apart around me, that I would still love Him, serve Him, because I trust Him no matter what?
That's a tough one, huh?
So we haven't even gotten to that.
Yeah.
But I just gave it to you there.
That's a good one.
So-
I like that. I like it.
Yeah. Could He brag about you?
Yeah.
To Satan.
Wow.
Think about the high compliment that's being paid to Job
Right.
well, that's huge.
before these things even happened.
Yeah.
But we better end on that. What do you think? What time we got?
19 minutes. We're good. I don't know how accurate it is, though.
Didn't you say 19 minutes about
Yeah.
15 minutes ago?
That's what I was thinking.
I know, right? It seems weird, but
Maybe it's not recording. Is it?
no. I'm not sure how that's going.
Well,
I got 12 minutes left on
All
the
right, well, I'll
card,
shift gears
so.
and just simply say it was fun to tell the camping story.
Yeah.
And use
Yes.
one illustration that progressed through the
Yes.
whole sermon.
That was really
I don't
good.
do that often, but it was
like it.
very fun to do.
That was good. Was it Melissa?
It was Melissa. She told me.
Oh, really?
But it was a
But it wasn't her-
miscommunication.
Yeah, the rest of that story. Well, I really shouldn't. I don't
No,
want to.
listen, Johnny, I understand
She was
that
sweet.
because, I've locked my own child in the car. A baby, strapped in the baby seat and had to bust the window. So, I get
We've
that.
had episodes
Mistakes
where
happen.
the car is running and then the car gets locked.
Yeah.
We're locked out
Oh,
while the
yeah.
car is running.
Yep.
But this was one of those deals that
Never happened.
keys were in one place.
Yeah.
We had more than one set of keys. They just were all in the car. That's where the miscommunication happened. But we had a lovely time by the stream up to that point.
You know what? That's why I like our newer car, the Renegade, right?
Yeah.
It's got the key fob on it. It's all keyless, right? So I never have to take the key out of my pocket.
That's right.
So if I accidentally leave the key in the car, it won't lock.
No, it screams
that's
at you.
interesting.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a common problem, is what that means. Some engineer. No, we got to solve this problem.
How many
The
times have I
smartest
done this?
engineer
What
on
can I do?
earth.
Yeah, it's our old car, but anyhow,
Oh, we got to make this Tracy proof.
Tracy proof. There's no such thing.
True story. Well, yeah, also true.
Well, all right, guys. Well, you guys have anything else you want to add before we wrap things up tonight?
No, I'm really glad we were able to get back together again.
Yes.
Missed
Missed
doing
this.
this. It was 3 weeks off. A week off, that's all right. 2 weeks, that
been
that
a
was the
while.
sick one, and third week was the baby thing, and
Pretty
so
tough.
that's kind of a long stretch.
Yeah, I mean accidents and
But
Yeah.
a lot
Got our
has
important
happened.
And our
things.
own troubles in some places.
yes, troubles
Right,
everywhere.
right. But so it's really great to be back. And again, we're going to be doing our worship practice this week, which
Yep.
we've missed a couple of weeks now, and so that's going to be really
We're
good
going to be
too.
fine.
And this coming Sunday is maybe you want to talk about Big Sunday.
No,
He was on a roll.
Tracy.
Sunday, 10 o'clock. Big Sunday this
I had
Sunday.
hoped that we would talk a little bit about it before we started tonight.
We'll talk after.
But I will say this. I will say that this Sunday is our big Sunday, and that means that we're going to have our full worship team, and it's going to be somewhere. So
It will be.
check it out, compassdenver.com, This Week at Compass, and that will all be posted there. And also, if you're already on our email list, you'll get the information about that too. Just have to make one little final decision about that.
Yep.
So it's no big deal.
Let's talk about it.
I know what it is. I need to confirm something first. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'd love to have you this Sunday as our guest. Either online by Facebook, Compass Church Colorado, or on our website. You can find out more by just simply going to compassdenver.com, looking at This Week at Compass, and you'll see what all is going on and how to join us. Am I right?
Right.
We'd love to see you in person, but online's great too. All right, my friends, that's all I think I have for this evening. Final words tonight.
Final. You could just rerun what you did last week. Because I love you guys, and I love all of you guys out there too.
Definitely. Oh, what? Sorry. Your turn.
It's my turn. Peace, y'all.
We are out of.
Likewise.
Likewise. That's all we have for tonight. Grace and peace to you, and we are out. Likewise.
Likewise.
Likewise.